the game. And that could be what's happening here. But obviously, it's a bit of a concern going forward.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. The forwards are Thompson and Harris. Cade Cunningham out there with Robinson. And it's Duren in at the 5. And for the Wizards, Young is out there with Johnson. And there's Riley. Then it's Koulibaly. And it's Sarr in at the 5, roaming the paint. It'll be the Wizards off the tip. Stan, we expect to see a lot of action inside tonight. Both of these teams have powerhouse front courts.
Yeah, Kevin, it could get very, very physical down low. You're right about that. It is size versus size. They're going to be fighting for position, fighting for every rebound, Kevin. It's kind of like an old-school energy to this matchup.
Now Robinson, after the missed 3 from Trae Young. Koulibaly finds Young. Johnson surveying the floor. And the foul called on Cade Cunningham. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, quick foul to pick up right away here in the first quarter.
Now, here's Johnson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rebounded by the Pistons. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
Really a disappointing effort. That game could have and should have been closer than it was.
Yeah, look, that's not the kind of performance they would have liked. But the one good thing about this league, the next game's always right around the corner.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Brian Keefe had a few moments to share with me. Much of our discussion centered around Cade Cunningham. He said that's their catalyst. They look to him to control the pace, to read the defense, and to make the right basketball play, which he usually does. He is very tough to neutralize. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thank you for that.
Nice work by Young. He can be a pest in there.
Here's Cunningham. Really played well against Brooklyn in his last outing. To the inside, and Thompson throws it down.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Young, good.
Crisp mechanics of Young on display there. A guy who has his shot down cold.
Cunningham passes to Duren. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And you talk about size, coach, strength, and bounce. Jalen Duren drawing comparisons now to a young Dwight Howard.
Yeah, he certainly is, Kevin. And look, I like to be careful when we're making those kind of comparisons with a young player and a Hall of Famer like Dwight Howard. But there are similarities with the athleticism and the relentless approach to defense and rebound.
And he can't get the first one. And this is the second full season for Brian Keefe as head coach of the Wizards.
Even in a rebuild, setting culture matters. Keefe's approach, accountability, teaching, and no shortcuts.
And he's good on the second. You look at the Pistons stand, statistically pretty solid across the board.
Yeah, they're well balanced. They have guys with size, athleticism, skill. You got to give a lot of credit to the front office and these players for their hard work.
Now, here is Young. 5 points in the game, and the shot goes in. Young's got 7 points. So for Washington, their last game a loss to the Heat in Miami. Young against Cunningham. Harris outside. Good on the triple.
You know, Harris blossomed into a stretch big, putting tons of work into his three-point stroke.
Young, a screen on Robinson. And here's Johnson outside. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. Duren finds Thompson. Here's Harris. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. You take a look at the Pistons. They are the favorite right now to lock up the #1 seed come playoff time, sitting in first place right now and not looking like they, are going to be slowing down at all. And, of course, Washington, quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And I think for the Pistons, they've been ruthless competitors all season long. I mean, they've assured themselves of plenty of home games in the postseason. Let's see if they can take advantage.
Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's the three, and the Pistons another three.
Terrific at cashing in off the catch. Harris wants those passes to come his way.
Pass to Song. And here's Young. Launches it. Trains it from beyond the arc. 10 points for him.
Well, he obviously came in ready to play, already hitting 4 of his first 5 shots.
Harris outside. Back to Cunningham. And then Cunningham with the dunk.
Well, that's the kind of assertive play you want to see more of from Cunningham.
Wizards trail by 3. Young passes to Riley. Back to Young. There's the triple. Thompson with the rebound. So for the Pistons, their last game, a win against Brooklyn. Over in the corner, Cunningham. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
Yeah, and Cunningham there, able to shoot with his feet set. That's one he knows he can hit.
Bounce pass, Young. Young sets a screen for Johnson. A three-pointer off the mark.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Pass to Robinson. Duran sets the screen for Robinson. No good from outside. For Washington, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Young, good.
Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
Now, here's Cunningham. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game. And they double up Cunningham. Harris looking it over. Over Sarr. Harris misses.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Young with the ball. Covered by Cunningham. Young's shot is off. Duran against Young. Thompson dishes to Cunningham. Pass to Duran. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Cunningham's got 3 assists tonight. And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
Taking a look here at some stats for Cunningham. He's been on a tear since the All-Star break, going really to another level, averaging about 24 points, 11 assists, and 6 rebounds. And most of all, you have to love the defensive grit he brings to games when he comes off the bench.
Yeah, I loved having options like him off the bench. Guys who bring effort. They can change the attitude of a team.
On the wing, Koulibaly. He's covered by Thompson. Pass to Young. Takes the 3. Duran pulls it in. Duran's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Cunningham. Outside for Robinson. The three-pointer is right on target. And the Pistons lead by 8.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
And here's Young. 12 points for him. Over Cunningham. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Young's got 14 points for the game.
Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
Cunningham looking around. The offensive rebound. Turin. Oh, he misses the dunk.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that one. And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Harris outside. Pistons passing it around. Thompson finds Harris. Out to Thompson. Robinson for three. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Here is Riley. He's coming off a 22-point game against Miami.
Yeah, and you see this with a lot of great scores. When they're putting up big nights, a lot of times it's because they're making a lot of free throws.
Now Harris, after the missed 3 from Trae Young. Cunningham's shot is off.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Back to Young. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Well, such a creative finisher. Young will find a way, even with the defender all over him.
Pass to Thompson. Now here is Robinson. And another 3 for Detroit.
And really setting the tone early with their three-point shooting.
And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. A different look here for Detroit. Stewart comes in for Asar Thompson. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Robinson. Here's Champagny. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. And here's Young from the arc. And the rebound goes to the Pistons. Turin's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. A fadeaway. That one wide left.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
You know, Stan, when you talk about the skill set Cade Cunningham possesses, what impresses you most?
I think a couple of things, Kevin. Number one, his poise is outstanding. This guy never gets bothered by anything that happens in a game, by any type of adversity. He's just going to come back with the same mindset on the next play. And also, his shooting has improved so much that you've now got to defend him honestly on the perimeter, and that sets up the rest of his game.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks a lot, guys. The Pistons are growing. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said, I appreciate the work that the guys have put in, and I'm proud of what they're becoming. But we have more work to do. We're still taking steps. Our guys have improved. The team has improved, but we're not finished yet. Kevin?
On the rise. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Detroit.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving.
As we know, late in the year, Coach, more eyes are drawn to games around the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, I talk to fans in the East who stay up late to watch Pacific Division matchups. Interest always builds as that postseason picture starts to come into focus.
Huerter, no good.
That's the look you want. Gotta be disappointed coming up empty.
Pass to Gill. Young outside. Carrington in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. They set the pick. Nails the wide-open jump shot. Now Jenkins, 14 points from him the last game against Brooklyn.
Wow, and the amount of turnovers he forced as well. Very aggressive on the defensive end.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Wizards making a switch here. Hardy's checked in. Now, here's Hardy. 17 points for him last game against Miami. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
It's his first trip to the line.
Washington. Hardy taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Pistons combining veteran shooting stand with their young core. And it's been a winning recipe.
Yeah, they've given Cade Cunningham room to operate, along with Jalen Duren and Asar Thompson. So much athleticism to attack that newfound space.
He hits both from the stripe. And this Wizards team, Greg, giving its young players every opportunity to develop.
Yeah, these young guys were the NBA equivalent of drinking from a fire hose. But after years of just treading water and mediocrity, I think the fans appreciate the clear sense of direction from this group.
Here's Holland. He had 16 points in the win against the Nets in Brooklyn.
Well, you also love the aggressiveness. Getting himself to the line made a big difference.
Pass to Champagnie. Here's Gill. The Wizards with another miss. With the end of 1 quarter of play. Still a close game. It's Detroit. They lead by 1. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard and they are physical.
On the court for the Pistons, they've got Karis LeVert. Holland is out there with Isaiah Stewart. Then it's Kevin Huerter, and it's Jenkins in at the point. Here's Carrington. Shoots over Jenkins. Carrington, that's good. And the Wizards lead by 1.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from him.
From deep, Huerter. The rebound by Champagnie. Washington shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Pass to Hardy. From past the arc. LeVert grabs the miss. And so LeVert will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
And those are the games you need as a squad. Proven to yourself you can go win in a hostile environment. Well, the defense was a little soft. He felt free to take that shot.
Here's Hardy. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. For Detroit, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Holland. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Piston lead.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. And it's Carrington missing.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Jenkins with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Stewart kicks to LeVert. Stewart down low. He's covered by Gill. Now here's LeVert. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
So it's the Wizards now, following the bucket by the Pistons. There's a screen. And another miss by Washington.
And they continue to control the glass.
Pass to Holland. Count that bucket. Holland's got the lead up to 8 now for the Pistons.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And here's Hardy. Champagnie passes to Hardy. Here's Carrington. And just miss after miss right now. Pistons leading by 8. Here's Herter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Hardy.
Well, you know, on top of being an accurate shooter, Kevin Herter works hard to support his team. Some rebounds, some passing. Kevin is not just a one-trick pony.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. So for the Wizards, Wiley's checked in for Gill. Koulibaly comes in for Hardy. Young is subbed in for Carlton Carrington. Detroit also making some changes. Asar Thompson, he's checked in for Holland. Duncan Robinson comes in for Karis LeVert. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Jenkins. And the first one at the line is good. And one way players look to expand their game, adding counter moves to keep defenders off balance. Greg, what was something you added that really gave defenders pause?
You know, the snatch back pull up, using your speed to kind of get the defender going downhill. And then you slam on the brakes and just create that separation to then go into attack mode.
And Stan, when you think of the most athletic teams in the NBA, the Pistons have to be right up there.
Yeah, a handful of supreme athletes. And most importantly, Kevin, they use that athleticism to attack and disrupt. That's what makes the difference.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0 run by Detroit.
Thompson outside. Back to Cunningham. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Assist goes to
Thompson's got 5 assists in the game. Wizards trail by 10. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Young up top, covered by Cunningham. Koulibaly sinks the three-pointer. Koulibaly's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Over his career, we've seen monster assist numbers from Young. So he understands when to kick.
Pass to Herter. Here's Stewart. Cunningham for 3. Riley grabs the miss.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Here's Young. Now Koulibaly. Nice ball movement by Washington. Beyond the arc. Detroit with the rebound. Thompson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Robinson for 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Robinson's got 12 in the game.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Here's Champagnie. Still yet to score. Young outside. The three-pointer no good.
Well, so far, he hasn't had the same luck from deep in this quarter.
Thompson finds Robinson. Now Cunningham. Pass to Herter. And here is Robinson. Oh, good on the triple.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
It's Young on the wing, covered by Cunningham. In the corner, it's Koulibaly. And again, Washington, no good. Here are the Pistons with the ball. They're on a 16-5 run here. Robinson passes to Stewart. Feeds away. Outside for Robinson. Tries again, and he gets the bucket. Cunningham's got the lead up to 12 now for Detroit.
Yeah, they need Cunningham to be effective from that mid-range area.
Young outside, from deep. That shot off the mark.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Stewart with the screen on Young. Shoots from the elbow. Cunningham's shot is off. Well, the Wizards shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Young's shot is off. Pistons leading by 12. Here's Stewart. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Well, this is where Stewart should look to score. He can be very effective down low.
And so it's Washington with it. Pass to Vukcevic. Now Koulibaly. From outside the arc, and Riley gets it to go. Riley's got 5.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's ready to talk things through with them.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
Well, as a coach, you want to cover just 1 or 2 major points. That way guys can absorb it and go out and execute.
Duran, he's checked in for the Pistons. Tobias Harris comes in for Kevin Herter. Thompson against Koulibaly. Cunningham inside, over Young. Detroit, no good that time either.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. They host the 76ers after this. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Cunningham for 3. And that one is off. Wizards trail by 11. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. You know, GA, you just can't say enough about the skill set of young Trey Johnson.
I mean, this guy came into the league ready. Now, I really like how he gets to his shot, regardless of what the defense throws at him. And he can be dangerous if his defense gets to the same level as his own.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Johnson. And both free throws good for Johnson.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Outside Robinson, on the wing Thompson. Back to Robinson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Connects from three-point range. Harris has got 9 points.
Really a combo forward with a solid outside touch. Harris is the ideal fit for the modern NBA.
Now here's Johnson. 17 points for him last game against the Heat in Miami. Pass to Coulibaly. The basket good. Off the assist from Young. He's got 6.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Wizards trail by 9. Young finds Coulibaly. Sarr with the screen on Cunningham. Young's shot is off.
Well, this period, he's been his own worst enemy, and now he's pressing.
Robinson passes to Duran. Pass to Cunningham. Unloads from 13. And Sarr pulls it down. Sarr's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Remaining in the second quarter. 2 minutes.
1:56 left in the first half. Here's Coulibaly. Great defense that time from Duran.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Cunningham outside. Duran sets the screen for Harris. And that one's on target from the wing. Harris has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here's Cunningham following the bucket by the Wizards. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Cade Cunningham is leading the way for this Pistons team. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said he shows belief in his teammates, and that's what leadership is. He's with you during the good and the bad. That gives the rest of his team more comfort and confidence. Back over to you, Kevin.
Establishing the mindset. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. Now, here's Duran. 26 points for him last game against Brooklyn. Thompson outside. 5 to shoot. Pass to Harris. They get it back. Duran. And Duran slams it in.
Hey, if you're looking for creativity midair, you're in the right place. Duran with the flourish.
Like to thank AT&T for bringing us that spectacular look from their Connecticut camp.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now here's Johnson. Here's Young. 16 seconds left in the first half. Rebounded by Cade Cunningham.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Young fires away from outside. And so it's the Detroit Pistons looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter, contesting every shot going up. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break.
And hello, everybody. What an amazing first half performance it's been for the Detroit Pistons.
They're passing on point, reading the defense and reacting. Kenny, I wish you'd react this fast when I asked you to pass the cinnamon rolls.
I'm just trying to watch out for them carbs for you, big fella. Just watching out those carbs.
And guys, now let's see what games have yet to tip off. It'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers up against the Magic in Orlando. That one tips off at 6:30 Eastern.
Shaq, Ernie, that might be the game of the night.
Yeah, I agree. 2 great rosters, 2 great coaches. Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
Pistons leading by 13. Riley is out there with Coulibaly. And it's Young. Then it's Alexander Sarr. And it's Johnson in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. And Thompson kicks to Robinson. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Washington Wizards. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Here's Coulibaly. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Asar Thompson. The Wizards have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
First free throw is good. And Coulibaly drops them both. Detroit leading by 11. Thompson outside. Back to Cunningham. During the pass to Thompson. Clock at 6. And Thompson slams it home.
And his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punching home like that.
Oh, that's an outstanding view from the AT&T Connected Cam. From the Wizards, they're shooting at 36% in the night. They've got to step it up offensively. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard for the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. Here are the team leaders in steals. You need to play these guys heads up. The Pistons, number 1.
And it's no accident to see them at that top spot, guys. I mean, great awareness and anticipation. They apply a ton of pressure defensively.
Now here is Harris. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Harris against Riley. Young from outside. Detroit with the rebound. Outside Robinson. Here's Harris. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Robinson's got 3 assists tonight.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Back to Young. Puts up a deep 3. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Harris against Riley. Here's Duren. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And it's 9 points here for Jalen Duren. Wizards trail by 19. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Robinson against Johnson to stop the run. Pass to Coulibaly over Thompson, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And let's quickly take a look at some stats for Young. He's been more than solid over the last month. He's around 14 points per game, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. And with the ball in his hands, he is an outstanding distributor.
Well, he is so unselfish. That's why guys love playing alongside him.
That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. Here is Robinson. 12 points for him. Pass to Cunningham. And they double up Cunningham. And here is Harris. Offline with his three. And the big fella Alex R showing promise. Greg especially at the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, great mobility for a 7-footer. That's invaluable for a big man in today's game, and has the makings of a modern offensive game as well.
Now Harris, after the missed three from Trae Young. Cunningham against Young. Looking to get back on track here, and Cunningham with the layup. Cunningham's got 10.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
Yeah, it's basically a layup line. You're not going to win many games if you can't offer more resistance than that.
Look at some numbers for Thompson. And with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands, and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And back to what you said, top 5 in steals this year. Quick hands and great anticipation. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Johnson down low. Robinson on him. And again, Washington no good. And it's Detroit's ball. They're on a 10-1 run. On the wing, Harris. Harris draws the double. Robinson for three. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham. He's got 15.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Young against Cunningham. Step back shot. That one good for 2.
People say don't take those mid-range shots. Let me tell you, if Trae Young is shooting them, I'm okay with that.
Pass to Harris. Outside Robinson. Another 3 for Detroit.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Now, here is Young. 23 points in the game. Floats one, and he sinks the layup. Young's got 25 points in the game.
I mean, look, Trae Young is getting whatever he wants. Just keep getting him the ball.
Back to Robinson. Shakes him. And Detroit again with the bucket.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
So it's the Wizards now after the basket by Detroit. Pass to Song. The 3. Detroit with the rebound. Thompson's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Cunningham outside. Six to shoot. Again, the Pistons score.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this hot, a great chance to extend this lead.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
DC family, it's time to welcome. Give it up one more time for your Wizards dancers.
Washington has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. It's stolen by Duren. Harris outside. Fires for 3. Rebounded by the Wizards. Koulibaly's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Young in the corner. Pass to Johnson. The Wizards with another miss.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones. Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Here's Song. Following the 3 by Detroit. Basket counts.
Physical defense, but the strength training already kicking in for Sarr.
Outside Robinson. Thompson in the corner. Cunningham for 3. The rebound by Johnson. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Wizards. Pass to Young. From the arc. Bangs home the trifecta. Young's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, that's now his 3rd triple of the game. First here in this second half.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. And the Wizards making a change here. Champagne's checked in, and the Pistons making a change here as well. Jenkins, he's checked in for Cade Cunningham. Here's Duren. 9 points in the game so far. Thompson passes to Duren. Now here is Harris. 4 on the clock. 17-foot shot on the way. Washington's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. To the paint. Here's Duren. Outside for Robinson. Harris outside. Thompson passes to Jenkins. Pistons passing it around. Harris outside. Drills the three-pointer. Harris has got 20 points.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
And here is Johnson. After Tobias Harris getting his shot to go from deep. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And there's the nice layup by Johnson.
I love the advantage he has from a speed standpoint. Does a great job of creating separation for that shot.
Harris kicks to Jenkins. Pass to Robinson. Fires the 3. That's in. Coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got assist number 8 here in this one already. On the wing, Johnson. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Detroit.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And they've also been steady from the three-point line and doing a good job creating room for their shooters and then converting.
Another miss. At some point, they need to tap someone else for a boost offensively.
On the wing, Thompson. Covered by Johnson. Stewart misses. For Washington, they've gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Now Duren. 9 points in the game so far. Stewart passes to Duren. Outside Robinson. Pass to Stewart. Right wing. Here's Jenkins. And it's off from three-point range. Washington's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
And Duren slams it in. That gives him the double-double. 11 points and 15 rebounds.
Well, physical play by Duren at the rim, which doesn't allow much room for interference.
In the corner, it's Coulibaly. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Jenkins with it. Outside Robinson. Stewart with the screen on Coulibaly. Robinson, that's good.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Champagny. Here's Riley. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Outside Robinson. From about 19 feet. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. He'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And Duncan Robinson, one of the more efficient 3-point marksman coach in this league.
Yeah, look, Kevin, Duncan Robinson built his game around his 3-point shooting, and the threat of the 3 has drawn more defensive attention, and Duncan Robinson has learned to make plays for other people based on the defense that he sees a much improved all-around basketball player. Well, Robinson just knows who he is, which is a volume 3-point shooter who can help space the floor.
To the left side wing. Gill kicks to Young. Over Cunningham. It's Cunningham with the rebound. Cunningham's got his 4th rebound in this one. Over Young. Cunningham gets the bucket. Cunningham's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, I like Cunningham in the paint the most. His outside shot is still developing, so his focus should be on scoring inside.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Vukcevic, guarded by Stewart. Vukcevic can't hit. Down low. Holland, the pass to Stewart. Cunningham for 3. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Detroit Pistons out there all by themselves with a 32-point lead to end the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And on the floor for Detroit here in the 4th. Holland is out there with Isaiah Stewart. Then it's Kevin Huerter. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Jenkins in at the point. Here's Carrington. Shoots over Huerter. Carrington, that's good. Carrington's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for Washington. Now here's Jenkins, defended by Young. Stewart a screen to the right side. There's the 3, and the 3 ball is good.
And those aren't the type of 3-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Young passes to Champagny. Here's Gill. Pass to Young. And in 2023, the NBA implementing a new player participation policy, Coach, trying to minimize unexcused absences for star players.
Kevin, I think it's huge for our game. Fans pay and watch TV to see the great players. And there's nothing more important in the league than that those guys being on the court on a consistent basis. And anything that the league can do and teams can do to ensure that, the better it is for everyone.
Marcus Sasser's checked in for Jenkins. Washington shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Here's Carrington. He's defended by Herter. Gill. Offensive rebound. Young for three. Holland with the rebound.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Carrington bounce pass. They set the pick. Young looking it over. Good on the shot. Young's got 30.
Well, sometimes you tell players you can have a good game in a loss. You've just got to keep doing what you're doing, and the rest of us have to figure it out.
Now here's LeVert. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And with so many teams, Stan, filling roster spots with rookie contracts, the importance of drafting well continues to rise.
Well, absolutely it does, Kevin. The quicker you can get those guys up to speed and helping you on their rookie contracts, where they're at least relatively lower priced, helps your salary cap situation, helps you fill out the roster with quality players.
He misses the free throw. Sar's checked in for Gill. Jenkins, he's checked in for Detroit. And the second free throw, good. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Sar finds Young. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Stewart with the steal. Now Detroit moving it up. Here's Herter. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. Herter's got 4 points in the quarter.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
And that one's good, Champagny.
Yeah, you're not going to find too many floor generals better than Young.
Now here's LeVert. And with all the talk about load management, coach, and player participation, what about getting rid of players fouling out?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of getting rid of players fouling out. I do like the idea, and I think Scott Skiles was the one who brought it up, Kevin, of taking like the offensive fouls and just having that be a turnover, like the illegal screen or a charge, and not charge that as a personal foul, where honestly you end up being punished double.
Here's Herter, following the basket by Trae Young. Stewart, a screen for LeVert. 5 on the clock. The shot, no good. For Washington, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Pass to Young. Sar sets the screen for Young. He can't get it to go.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Young against LeVert. Herter on the wing. Inside. Oh, that's blocked.
sharp defensive instincts from the rookie. Sorry, using those long arms to knock that one away.
And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And that has got to help the morale of this team. Let's see if that sets up a run here.
Shot clock at 3. Here's Jenkins. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Washington's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Pistons shooting 57% in this fourth quarter. Pass to Herter. And GA, just when you think you've seen it all. Last season, a father and son playing as teammates. NBA history continues to be made with the Jameses.
Yeah, LeBron and Bronny James taking the court together. And if other players can emulate the longevity of LeBron, perhaps it won't be the last time we see it happen.
Now here's Jenkins. Pass to LeVert. In the corner, Herter with it. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. From the Wizards, they're shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Young, good.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he equaled his total from before the break.
And here is Jenkins. Pass to Holland, trying his luck from deep. And Sarr pulls it down. Sarr's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Riley. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And you can see what the emphasis was at halftime. Here in the second, a lot more effort to get the ball inside, and it's starting to pay dividends.
Javonte Green, he's checked in for Detroit. And you look at the G League's impact on player development, Greg, it's become very significant.
And I think the two-way contract was a great addition as well, allowing players to contribute with the big league team while also developing in the G League. What a great combination.
Count the basket. LeVert's got 5 points in the quarter.
And got to push LeVert out of that area because he's very comfortable looking to score from there.
Pass to Coulibaly. Back to Young. From past the arc. LeVert grabs the miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Hollins kicks to Stewart. Young against Herter. Here's Sarr. The basket good. Off the assist from Young. Young's got 5 assists in the game. Pistons have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Pass to LeVert. Stewart, a screen for LeVert. Back to Herter. 4 on the shot clock. Off target from three-point range.
Yeah, really unlike him to have this kind of game from 3.
Takes the 13-footer. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Johnson against LeVert. Here's Stewart. Detroit, no good that time either.
And look, he's had an off night, but it won't matter as long as they hold on to this lead.
Coulibaly, no good. And so Green will bring it up for the Pistons. Now LeVert. And we've seen teams make surprising playoff runs only to falter the next year. Team trajectory's not always a straight line, clearly.
No, absolutely, Kevin. I would think in most cases it's not a straight line. Because, look, the other teams are all trying to win, too. That's what makes things different. So you might be slightly off the next year and someone else makes a big jump, and then it looks like your decline is a lot bigger than it is. Every year is a new year. Wow, his shooting woes continue, and it's weighing down this offense.
And the dunk by Stewart.
Thunderous jam from Stewart.
Washington shooting around 41% on the night.
Oh, I dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. LeVert with it. Outside, Green. LeVert sets a screen for Green. Off target from outside. From the Wizards, they're shooting it well here in the fourth quarter, 50%. Pass to Riley. Nice ball movement by Washington. 11 feet away. Young, no good. The Pistons have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Here's Holland. Now, here's Stewart. Riley covering. Herter kicks to LeVert. From outside, off the mark.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
1:52 left in the game. Green, the pass to Herter. Stewart down low. Covered by Johnson. Will stand one expression you hear, foul baiting. Players using sneaky tricks to draw a foul.
Yeah, look, Kevin, I'm not a huge fan of that, of guys developing that as a skill. But I will say this. It only works against undisciplined defense. If defense has the discipline to stay solid and fundamental, then you're not going to get baited into those things, and a lot of times those foul baiters end up taking bad shots. In a lot of ways, Isaiah Stewart reminds me of a player from an older era. He's got a more physical and fundamental game that he plays. Is a big who plays like a big.
Marcus Sasser's checked in for the Pistons. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
A 2020 first-round pick. Isaiah Stewart is a load at 6'8", 250. He is very intense. He's a guy you want on your side.
Now, here is Young. The Wizards with another miss.
Just too many missed threes for him tonight. He must be sharper here down the stretch.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Detroit.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Robinson.
Well, he came out with great energy and effort, doing everything he could possibly do to help his team.
Wizards basketball.
The Wizards shooting not great, 40% for the game. Johnson outside. Young outside, lets it go from deep, and he's good on the three ball. Young's got 38 points.
Well, you know this is coming with Young on the court. He's always looking for his next three.
Pass to Green. Now Herter. Out to the right wing. Here's Holland. 6 on the shot clock. Herter, no good. Now the Wizards with it. Here's Young. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight as we present our Player of the Game.